This week on American Airgunner, we'll be hanging out at the first ever Umarex 3-gun and steel shooting courses. Let's see if anyone can beat my times. We'll be sitting down at the round table. This week's topic is springers for hunting. All this and more coming up right now. There's all kinds of airgun shooting disciplines, from silhouette shooting to 10-meter target shooting to airgun and airsoft 3-gun with CO2-powered action pistols and electronic rifles. So let's talk to some shooters at an event held by Umarex USA in Fort Smith, Arkansas about the fun and educational shooting opportunities provided by airguns.
Well, I'm here for NRA Level 1 coaching for pistol, which took place here today, and then it was followed up by a 3-gun competition with air pistols, shotguns, and air rifles. The children have to learn that and be careful, learn proper range rules, learn proper safety techniques. Through that, they get more self-discipline, more focused. They learn to persevere through challenges and get proficient at a skill. They tend in the more precision shooting to really have to be calm. They really have to learn how to focus and get their heart rate under control, or at least kind of make their body calm, control their breathing. So there's a lot of steps involved, and when they master those steps, they can see the improvement, and then they can feel the satisfaction in growing in a new skill. And these are all generalizable skills for other activities in life.
Started off with me and a couple of neighborhood kids starting to play with airsoft guns and have airsoft wars. Progressed into shooting competitively and just shooting for fun. Sporting clays is very difficult. I mean, if you go out very first, you're not going to hit that many clays because it takes practice. It's all about eye and hand coordination. You think a shotgun, it's easy, it spreads out, you have so many and you're going to hit it. It's actually not. It depends on what you're shooting. Of course, there's all kinds, and it just takes a lot of skill. I have a passion for it, and once you have a passion for something, then you need to just follow through with it.
We're always looking for fun things to do, so we brought our kids, cousins, we just loaded up the car. You know, we're always looking for inexpensive fun, and the kids don't get much of an opportunity to shoot, and this is a safe place to do that, so we thought it'd be fun. Well, I want my kids to have a healthy respect and a healthy fear of guns, and I think an event like this allows them to learn in a safe environment. I want them to know how to use a gun if they ever need to, and so this is a good opportunity and a safe environment for them to kind of develop that respect, understand how to use one.
Well, I think it's actually kind of cool because, I mean, it's a gun show and you get to watch it all happen. To be honest with you, I'm not very good at shooting, but I like to watch it. First, you want to make sure that it's all clear whenever you're shooting because you don't want to accidentally hit somebody. And you always want to wear goggles because the bullets could all come back and hit you in the eye, and that would not be good.
Pellet guns and airsoft gun, it allows you to shoot in your backyard and practice more often instead of going to some range maybe 30 minutes away from your house or maybe more. It allows you to practice and do what you love. I love it because if you can get into like small towns or big towns, you can sort of just have local family members, local neighborhood kids come down and shoot and try to win. Shooting, for me, it's all-time fun. I love shooting. It's always been a hobby for me, and when you love something that much, you just always want to do it.
I would say do it because it's really fun and you can always just have fun and shoot, and it's really cool, so I would encourage you to do that.
When we come back, we'll be sitting down at the round table. This week, we're talking about hunting with springers. American Airgunner is sponsored by Umarex, zeroed in. Pyramid Air, America's largest retailer of air guns. By Hot Sign, serious, solid impact. And by the Boot Campaign, awareness, patriotism, assistance. Hey, welcome back to another round table. I'm here with, of course, my guys, Rick Usler, Jim Chapman, Tom Gaylord. Guys, how we doing?
Doing well.
Great.
Doing well today.
Wonderful. So today we're talking hunting, specifically with springers. All right, I want to know what calibers, what guns.
Probably I did 160 days of hunting last year, and probably 30 or 40 of those was with springers.
Okay.
So I still like them. I get out with them. This is air gunning to me.
Yeah.
And this is where it started. And they're really ideally suited for a lot of game. They're a great small game gun. Anything from 12 foot-pound to 20 foot-pound for rabbit, squirrel is perfect.
So typically if you are going to go hunting with some sort of a Springer, what calibers are we talking? I mean, Springers right now go up to basically a 25 caliber, correct? Okay. Is that good for the game? Is that bad for the game? Do you think they'll go any higher?
You have the basic rule of 177 for feathers, 22 and up now. The 25 is so available for fur.
I don't buy it though. This is an old British saying that was going back with their 12 foot-pound guns. That's where that expression came from, was the UK. And they're limited to, in their Springers, unless they've got a firearm permit, to 12 foot-pound or under. And that's where it was 177 for feather and 20 above for fur. And it made sense with those lower power guns. Because the 22 going at
610 feet per second.
Isn't the most effective.
Believe it or not, feathers are like armor. They actually will make the pellets, ricochet off, or they slip around.
And it always comes down to this, Rossi, the accuracy and how well you can shoot it. I go out squirrel hunting with guys that use 177s. They stick to headshots, and they're really accurate with their shooting, and the guns are more than effective.
If you're using a 177, you have to take headshots, ideally, right?
You don't have to,
I
but,
mean,
it works better.
A squirrel, a squirrel's a tough animal. They look little and cute, but man, they're tough.
Rick, tell me about some of the guns we're looking at here and what they're best used for.
Well,
and what you like the best.
We've got some different options. This is a lower power 22. It's sort of a mid-range. That would be a really, really good squirrel and rabbit gun. It's maybe 20 to 30, 35 yards, I'm thinking.
This is your 600 foot per second gun.
Yeah, that's just super smooth, easy to fire.
That's it, and
accurate.
that's why this is a great gun for small game, is it's so smooth.
The engineering that goes into that rifle is incredible. It is very, very good.
Okay.
Then we sort of moved to a lot less expensive gun. This is the Umarex Octane.
I love the Octane.
No, it's easy to cock. It's got a smooth firing cycle, and again, you're accurate with it. It means it's a good hunting gun.
Yeah, and that's really the key. The accuracy. When people ask me what can I take with my Springer, and I tell them to do this exercise, I might have learned it from you, Tom, is to take a quarter, draw a circle on a box, back up 10 yards, and put 10 rounds in it. And if you can put 10 rounds in it at 10 yards, well, you can shoot at 10 yards. Now back up to 15 yards, then back up to 20, and so forth.
I get bored after 6.
Yeah, I know. But just keep doing that, because small game requires a 1-inch kill zone. And if you're going to be shooting from the shoulder, you need to be able to put that right there, whether it's a headshot or an appropriate body shot. It's still very, very small.
Consistently. If you have the extra caliber, is there any reason to not use the bigger caliber gun? I know we've talked about this.
I like the bigger calibers. It's hard to get a 25 caliber Springer that shoots smoothly. They're all really overpowered.
Okay.
So you have to be really good with your technique to maintain good accuracy. There are a few, I think I even sent you one, that when you have a chance to shoot, I think you'll see that you'll be accurate at 30 and 35 yards with that. And it will deliver almost 30 foot-pounds on.
Is there what are the cases or the types of guns where you should never use a Springer to do any type of hunting?
I think bigger game.
Bigger
I think, one of the ones that just kills me.
You never use a Springer on a hog.
And so many people try and do that.
They try,
Even if you're gonna try to get it through the eye, and I hear people, it's like, don't be silly.
You're going to get us going here in a moment.
That's what I'm here for.
This is something that I find upsetting, because you see some manufacturers have advertised their guns what I consider a totally inappropriate use, using a 177, which is doing 14 or 16 foot-pound to shoot a pig, and acting like they've done something great when they do it. You can kill almost anything with anything under the right conditions, but if you go out trying to shoot pigs with a gun that's underpowered, you're going to wound more, you're going to create problems, and it's just not ethical. Right. So I would say that for me, I wouldn't use a Springer to go for anything bigger than a raccoon, and that is a powerful one.
I've always told people that,
Okay. But then you got a great advantage, because they're fully self-contained. You don't have to worry about carrying extra air. When I'm traveling, especially, if I'm flying to Arizona, we were talking about hunting squirrels in Arizona, and I don't want to deal with bringing air with me, I can throw a Springer in my bag and have it for squirrel hunting.
Makes everything
there.
easier, lighter.
Much easier.
Sure. All right, well, guys, thank you very much. I mean, I think the important thing here is, again, be safe, know the regulations, but if you're going to go hunting, make sure you have the right caliber and you're accurate enough to take down these animals humanely.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, that's it. Thank you so much for this episode of The Round Table. If you have any questions or comments you want to make, please go to AmericanAirgunner.com. We got more American Air Gunner coming up after this. Next week on American Air Gunner, it's the season finale and you don't want to miss it. You asked, and now we're answering. It's time for a Q&A at the American Air Gunner Round Table. Ever heard of the 100-yard shot? Is it possible? You'll have to wait and see. The next week on the season finale of American Air Gunner. This is, this, of all the Springers I'm uncomfortable with.
Yeah.
I do like it, but that's it. Listen.
It's confidence.
Listen, look good, feel good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm screwed.